Good morning, and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about thoughts, in particular, observing your thoughts and how observing your thoughts can really impact your life and certainly enhance your productivity. So thanks for being here. If you are new, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy, a really series of powerful workshops and programs that you can all see, of course, there on the website. So thanks for being here. Again, today we're talking about thoughts, but let me first say a few words about myself for those of you who are new. Most people watch this show on reruns online, of course, so they may not know who I am. So this is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, author of the Pulitzer Prize nominated animating Black and Brown Liberation, a theory of American literature, which we'll find out about the Pulitzer Prize this month. It's April. This is announcement month. Also the board president of the World Stage, a great 501c3 nonprofit here in Los Angeles's Crenshaw District. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergrad. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. Guys, I'm an expert at being productive. I don't say that to brag or boast. I say it because people are oftentimes surprised to hear of this level of productivity when they know my crazy story. I am the product of a young girl who was sexually assaulted at age 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee. So at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. It is cool. Modi famously said, "How you like me now?" Right? And if I can be this productive and be so through joy, we know that many people can be as productive in their own lanes. So I'm just grateful to be here. Thanks for being here with me. And as you can tell, that story inspires me and inspires this show because we know it's not where you're from, it's where you're about to go. All right, let's start. So we are talking today, guys, about thoughts, and in particular about observing your thoughts. And so point one is you want to know, either because you already know, because it is now somewhat a part of the idea sphere, that thoughts are things, right? That thoughts not only without thoughts are a kind of matter, a metaphysical matter. And there have been, of course, a series of studies that are pretty well known, which I won't get into right now, about how thinking, placing one's thought energy on a topic or a subject can manifest certain outcomes, right? This idea is really probably best known through really kind of a pop culture and an anecdotal evidentiary way. We have a thing called a self-fulfilling prophecy as part of social sciences, and that self-fulfilling prophecy can basically be defined as, if people think about a certain thing, it's extraordinary how that thing will manifest. Again, it's best seen through anecdotal evidence. Most of us know people who, and for whatever reason, at times for good reasons, they think something negative or bad is going to happen to them, right? And consistently, that negative or bad thing happens, or something negative or bad, that seems to be their lot in life. They're looking for the bad to come, and the bad does come. And then a contradistinction, we know people who, man, seem to expect a good thing or good things to happen for them, and that's their attitude. And man, it seems like they just got the rabbit's foot up in their pocket, and these good things keep happening for them. And we know those people a little less frequently because, for whatever reason, we just do. I guess because the negative stories stand out more. And so what I'm saying is, draw from your own personal existence and history, and think about people, for example, who seem to have that negative outlook. Man, and negative things keep happening to them just consistently. Maybe that's you, right? Because we know that there are sufficient numbers of people who watch this show that there's probably a good chance that some of you are like that. And so again, we're not here to judge. We're just making the point that you don't have to be that way, and you don't have to have those consistent levels of outcomes. And so we're asking you and encouraging you to think about, if that's you, for example, people like that who keep manifesting negative things based upon negative thoughts, to consider the idea that thoughts are things. And your thoughts have power. They do. They have the power to cohere around a concept, and that concept can manifest in the material world. I've seen it a lot in my own life, good and bad. Right, it's pretty incredible. And when it's happened in the negative, it's certainly been motivating. It's certainly been motivating enough to help me keep my mind in the positive. So that's point one: thoughts are things. Point two is that you want to then be in the habit of observing your thoughts. Right, looking at your thoughts, observing them, that you may come to know them, right, and master them. Because for all of us, our thoughts, we have thoughts at times that are simply on a feedback loop from our childhood, things people told us that we began to believe about ourselves, oftentimes negative things that are hard to shake, or we think about past mistakes, we think, And so once you are able to observe those thoughts, you then can begin to, which is point two, moving to point three, you can begin to determine what types of thoughts do you want to have in your head. This takes work because we live in a tactile world, and that which we can see and feel is more respected and more concretized than things, of course, that begin as thoughts. But listen, everything began as a thought. The table, the desk I'm sitting at, here in the office, the books all around me begin as the cars we drive, all began as a thought in someone's mind, right? Just practically. Think about that just for a second. And the idea that not just the physical cars or the physical things that we have in our possession, but also the unrealized or the unmanifested things that we like to have are going to also begin as thoughts, right? So think about what I'm saying here. If all things, literally almost all man or woman-made things that are in the world began as thoughts, the less obvious concentrations of energy, thought form that could manifest are going to begin as thoughts as well. So you want to be able to, in your mind, start thinking about what you want for your life and begin to hold those thoughts in your mind, and reach out to us. We'll let you know how there's various strategies for that. Because it's simple, but it ain't easy. All right, that's for sure. I mean, as a longtime practitioner of these ideas, I know the challenge of it, especially during times of contraction like we're having right now, where you're like, "Woo, come on, thought, do what you're supposed to do." That's for sure. But in the long run, listen, this is science. This is metaphysical science. It's not just me who does this. There are many people doing what I am doing, and because it's science, but it does take practice and work and belief and many other things, actually. But if you can wrap your mind around this, that you can literally create the life that you want, beginning with your thoughts, mastering your thoughts, what could you not do? What could your life look like? So listen, thanks. Boom, goes the dynamite. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Yeah, that's it. So until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.